Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. It's my joy to present Dave Ryder today. He's joining us from the Abbotsford School District in British Columbia, Canada. So I'd like to welcome Dave here with us this day on our Facebook Live interview. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Good, thanks, Eduardo. How are you? So great.
Fine, thank you.
Good. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank you to everyone who has tuned in to watch. We'll try and give you as much information as we can today.
Yeah, that would be great, Dave. Thanks so much. So could you tell us a little bit about Abbotsford before we delve into the schools, how they are? Can you tell us a little bit about what makes this town so special? Or it's a city more than a town, right?
It's a city, yes. It's a city with 140,000 people. So I can show you on the screen here where we are. Let me just get this for you. Here we go. So this is a map of where we are. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, it's on screen now.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so this is a map of where Abbotsford is. So we're on the west coast of North America, and we're very close to Vancouver. So the people who live in our region, they are living in the city of Abbotsford with 140,000 people, but they can easily go and visit Vancouver on the weekend. So it's a really nice area. It's surrounded by mountains. It's very close to the United States border, and it's a very comfortable place to live. Our climate here is not so cold. We seldom get snow in Abbotsford or in Vancouver. We get a fair bit of rain, but we don't usually get snow. So it's a lot warmer than most other places in Canada.
No, and it's actually one of the warmest places in Canada, right? If you compare it to the country.
Yeah, it is. In our summer, we can easily get up to 30, sometimes 35 degrees in Abbotsford. So the summers can be hot. Usually it's around 25, but it can get to be fairly hot.
That's good. And is it a very rainy place like Vancouver?
It's similar to Vancouver in the months of November, December, January, even a little bit of February. We can get a fair bit of rain, but we always say the good thing is that we don't have to shovel the rain. Well, a lot of other places in Canada are out shoveling snow. We're not. We're still playing soccer. We're still playing golf. We're getting out mountain biking. We can do that all year round.
Oh, that's good. And it's a city that's got everything, right? Everything a student could need.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would encourage you to go and look at our website later on and see the video that we have of our community. If we have time at the end, I can put it on. But we have everything that the big city has. We have H&M. We have great international restaurants. We've got lots of coffee shops. We have climbing gyms, hot yoga. Do you know, are escape rooms popular where you are there, Eduardo?
No, not really.
No, so it's a great form of entertainment that is popular here. So we have escape rooms, virtual reality arcades, esports, a massive theater with the seats that shake and the surround sound. So we have everything that the big city has. And the nice thing is you don't need to go to Vancouver, but if you want to, you can go on the weekend. You can take the bus and you can go in and have a day of visiting and then come back. So one of the things we like to do with our students.
Oh, that's good. And that's actually one of the activities you do, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I was thinking of that.
Yeah. So every semester we take our international students in for a day of tourism in Vancouver. We go to the capital city, Victoria, and we go to Whistler Mountain. It's one of the best ski mountains in the world. So those are 3 trips that we do with our international students. But we do a lot of other trips. In the spring, if you want, you can go to Banff or to the Rocky Mountains. We go rock climbing. We do a lot of skiing. We go caving, camping in the mountains, whitewater rafting, mountain biking. All of those things are in the region around us. So there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah, and there's nothing limited by the time of the year, right? Doesn't matter if it's winter, spring, summer. It's not like other places that close down a little bit in the winter.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, we're out all year, and as long as you're prepared for it with the right clothing, yeah, we're out all the time. So yeah, no, for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
That's nice. So can you tell us a little bit more about the high school program you have for Mexican students?
Yes, absolutely. So in the city of Abbotsford, we are the public schools. So I work for the government, and our public schools are for the Canadian kids who live in the city of Abbotsford. So we're responsible for 20,000 Canadian students. We also have an international program, and we have in our high schools, we have around 350 international kids from around the world, including Mexico, Brazil, China, Germany, Colombia, Korea, Spain, Thailand, Vietnam, so all over the place. And so the students come and they attend our high schools. Now, those 350 students are spread out over, they're spread out over 5 different high schools.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so they're not all in one school. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so usually in one high school, we have about 7% international students. So there's not a lot of international students in a class. And last year we had about 25 students from Mexico. And again, they're spread out over a number of different schools. So in one school, we only have maybe 5, maybe maximum of 7 students from Mexico. There's not a lot of Mexican students in our program.
Awesome. That's a good thing, because our students that go to Abbotsford won't find that many Spanish speakers, right?
Oh, absolutely. Exactly. So you will be in an environment where you will have to speak English. When you go to the stores, when you go to the theater, when you're in the community, you have to speak English. Yeah, you'll have a couple of friends from Mexico, but you will be making friends from with the Canadian kids and with kids from other countries too. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and another advantage is that our students would get to live with a local Canadian family, right?
Yes, absolutely. So we have our own homestay program, and one of the requirements of our homestay program is that this family must speak only English. So it doesn't matter if grandma lives there and she speaks another language. If that's the case, we can't use that family. They must speak only English. And the majority of our families are native English speakers like me. Some of them may have immigrated 30 years ago and they're fluent. So that happens sometimes, but the majority of them are native Canadian English speakers. So the homestay is actually the most important part of our program. We work very hard on that, and we've been very successful at doing that. We have a couple of coordinators, and their only job is handling homestay problems. In addition, we also have another counselor who takes care of our Spanish-speaking students. Her name is Cristina Ugalde, and she's from Querétaro. And she lives in Abbotsford with her family, and her job is working for the government in our program, supporting our international students. So she can help students in Spanish with any questions or problems or challenges they might have. So if there's some homestay difficulty that the student doesn't understand or can't explain, Cristina can help them. And it makes a really big difference. This is something that a lot of our partners and our students and parents really enjoy and appreciate about our program. So yeah.
That's great. Could you tell us a little bit more about what grades could our students study in Canada?
For sure.
And what are the entry requirements?
Okay, yes. So the majority of our students from Mexico are in high school, but we have students who come in kindergarten. So from kindergarten to grade 7, the students must come with a parent, and they have to live with a parent because we believe that they are too young to be in homestay. And so we do have a number of families that come from different countries, and we've had a few from Mexico where the mom or the dad has come and they have rented a house and they have lived in the community. So that's for the younger students. That is possible. This year, actually, we have a family of 5 coming from Guadalajara, and they have their youngest child is in kindergarten and their oldest child is in grade 11. And their 5 children will be studying with us, and the parents are coming and renting a house. So the majority of our students are high school students. And for us, high school is grades 9, 10, 11, 12. And our high school students, most of them are in our homestay program. Sometimes they're with parents. And we do occasionally work with some other private homestay companies. So there are options, different options for your homestay.
That's great.
One of the important things too, I'll just mention, is that the majority of our homestays are in the neighborhood around the schools. So the majority of our students can either walk to school in 20 minutes or less, or they can take a bus for about 20 minutes or less. And it's very common for students here, even young students, to take the bus because safety and security here is very good.
Well, that's nice. And could you tell us a little bit about what English level does a student need to study at Abbotsford?
Sure. Their English level depends on what they are hoping to accomplish, and if they have courses that they must complete and how long they have to do that. So we do accept students who have no English. We can do that, but the students must understand that they cannot be taking biology or history or law, right? That's just not possible when you don't have any English. But we would provide them with some English instruction and support, and we could put those students into courses that don't require a high level of English. For example, maybe art, or maybe animation, or it could be something along the lines of other technology, maybe TV broadcasting. So they would be learning English and practicing English, and they would be in classes with Canadian kids. For students who have a high level of English, absolutely, they can take the academic courses. So some of our students, they say, when I'm in Canada, I must study math, science, geography, history, English, and if their English level is at a high level, no problem, we can give them those credits.
That's great. And they could go for a whole year of high school, or they could also go for a semester, right?
Absolutely.
In some cases.
Yeah, we have a lot of students who come for 1 semester, and our semesters are 5 months. So from September till the end of January, and then February till the end of June. So it is possible to start either in September or start in February. So we're very flexible. And so you can come for 1 semester. We have a lot of students who come for 1 semester, but they have such a great time that they call home and they say, Mom, Dad, can I have 1 more semester? So they extend and they stay for a whole year. So yeah, it can be a semester, a year, and we even have students who come for multiple years. So I guess one of the things that's
great. What's your experience with Mexican students?
Yeah, our schools and our families love the Mexican students because Usually they're very good at getting involved in sports, in activities, and they participate well in the class. So usually our Mexican students are not shy, they love to talk, and they're very social, so they make friends. And so they're very successful at meeting other students and being well connected. So that's our experience with our Mexican students has been very good. And again, on our video page, if you look, you can find a video about one of our recent graduates, Oswaldo, and he was from Guanajuato, and he had an amazing experience with us. And in his video, he talks about that. So I would recommend you go have a look at that too. I think one of the things that
what usually does a student get from the program?
What do students get from the program? I think first of all,
what impact does it have on their lives?
For sure, yeah. So first of all, they do improve their English a lot, and with strong English skills, it gives them better opportunities for going to universities around the world. It also gives them better job prospects in the future. So I think that's a big thing. The other thing that they get is networking. Okay, when they're with us, they have the opportunity to meet students from lots of different countries. And we have had some great friendships that have turned into good business opportunities, where students who met in high school in Abbotsford have stayed in contact, and as they've become adults, they have created business together. So that's another really good opportunity. One of the things that our students really enjoy is the opportunity to try a wide variety of career-related courses. So it's very common with teenagers not to know, what do I want to do in the future? What kind of work do I want to do? So in our courses, in our high schools, they can study architecture, they can study engineering, they can do TV, film, and broadcasting, they can do animation, they can do cybersecurity. We have a wide variety of courses for every type of student, and they can see, do I like this type of work? Am I good at it? And is this something that I want to continue? So I believe that is a real valuable benefit to studying in our program, is that you can find out what do you want to do in the future. So, and we've had students who have gone on.
And I'm guessing one advantage you see with Mexican or international students in general is how they improve their English during the semester, during the year, right?
Absolutely. And the students who are the most successful at improving their English are the ones who make an effort to make international and Canadian friends, because it's very natural to want to meet and speak your own language with people from your home country. It's human nature, but the kids from Mexico already speak great Spanish. They shouldn't be coming to Canada to practice their Spanish. So the kids who really improve their English are the ones who get involved with the teams, the clubs, the volunteer groups, and they make an effort to meet non-Mexican people and to really practice their English. So that's my biggest recommendation, is get involved, make friends from other places. Of course, meet your Mexican friends sometimes, but really make an effort to meet and connect with people from other places.
Exactly. Have you had students that have stayed there in Canada to study university after studying at Abbotsford at one of the high schools?
Oh, for
international
sure.
Students?
Yes, yeah. We've had international students who have gone and studied in Canadian universities, but also in the United States, as well as in the UK, in Europe, in lots of places. So the international level of quality of our high schools is very high. Canada is the highest English-speaking country in the world, according to the PISA studies, and our region is even higher than Canada. So the students are very well prepared academically, and some of our international students have won very good scholarships to go to major universities and liberal arts universities and so on. So if they're good students, they're motivated, and they work hard, absolutely, they can go anywhere.
Exactly. No, and that's a great chance they have to live in Canada to see if they fit in, they like what they see, they want to stay in British Columbia, change to another province. To see if because that's we've actually had many friends that are interested in that, in sending their child for a semester, for a year, and seeing if they have a good experience, or they get comfortable with it, and they can then stay for the university over there or college. That's
right. And what we do is we bring representatives from the universities, and they come and they do presentations to our international students to explain what are the requirements, what are the options, what are the benefits to their particular universities. So they provide the students with a lot of good information, and then they come back later and they help the students with the applications if they're interested, and how to apply for scholarships. So we know that students generally are coming to us as a stepping stone to future opportunities. And so we really work hard to help them with that.
Exactly. And that's a great advantage of going to Canada this way. Well, actually, in this current time with all this health problems we've had worldwide, well, it's not easy for students to travel right now, but they could plan to go to Abbotsford in 2021, right?
Absolutely. So we don't know what the situation will be for September 2020. It's quite uncertain, but we're all very hopeful and confident that by February 2021, that the situation should be improved, and that's one possible time to start, or definitely September 2021. There should be a vaccine by then. Everything should be back to normal. So yeah, we have a couple of different options. And some of our students who were planning to start in this September, they have deferred, and they're now thinking they'll start 6 months later. No problem.
No, that's a great advantage, because for this kind of program, you don't have to be going in next semester, or even in 1 year. You can plan it with time.
That's right. Yeah. No, exactly. We're trying to be very flexible, so that we can accommodate people's different situations. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Abbotsford or the high school program?
Yeah, I think that one of the big differences, I think, with Canadian education and especially BC education, is that the quality of schools is very consistent in the big cities, the small cities, the remote regions. Our government works very hard to make sure that all the students in our province get the same education opportunity. And because all students, regardless of their socioeconomic situation or their location, all students get the same high quality education. And so our province, that's why we perform well in the international rankings. So sometimes I think people worry that in a city like Abbotsford or other small cities, that the schools might not be as high quality, but actually no, we have some of the leading programs in Canada. We have the best film program in Canada. We have one of the best engineering programs. We're very strong in architecture. We're one of the first programs to offer Palo Alto certified cybersecurity. So even though we're a smaller community, we still have very high quality schools. Our students go to the best universities in the world, and they have great careers. We have students who work for Google, an engineer for Tesla, an engineer for Rolls-Royce Aerospace, and so on. That's another course I'd like to mention. One of the big industries in our city is aviation. And so we have in high school an aviation program, and it's connected with the university. So students can start their pilot training while they're in high school, and they can get high school credit and university credit. So if you have any pilots out there who would like to start in high school, talk to me. We'll set you up.
That's great, Dave. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think we've covered most of the bases, right, about Abbotsford, the program, what advantages for Mexican students, what they can expect, when they can expect to start the school in next year. This year is kind of complicated. Is that?
Yeah, and then I would just, I think.
Perfect. Well, I don't know if you'd like to.
Oh, I've lost you there.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There we are. Now you're back. Yeah. So yeah, I would. What I would recommend is that have a look at the videos, because whatever I say does not describe the schools or the city well enough. But if you can see the videos, you can really understand and get a sense of what we are. So I would really recommend that you spend a few minutes and do that.
Yeah, especially so you can understand the advantage of being close to a big city like Vancouver, but not being a big city like Vancouver,
yeah,
for example.
Exactly. That's correct. Yeah. So is that something, do we have time? Do we want to show the city quickly, or is that something people can do independently later?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah, if you'd like, we've got a couple of minutes. We can show the video.
Okay. So here, this is the video of the city. And oops. Here, I'm just gonna. Oh, can you see it?
And there we go. There it is. It's got a small lag, that's why we couldn't see it. There we go.
Okay, so here we go. So these are the schools.
Mm-hmm.
This is the university. And our neighborhoods. These are what the houses look like. These are.
Right now we can't see, we can only see the video screen.
Okay.
I think it doesn't, the video doesn't appear.
Oh, you can't see with the pictures?
No, we can only see the screen where you're transmitting.
Oh no. I don't know what's going on here.
I think it's, or if you'd like, well, what we'll do is we'll share the link to the videos on the comment section at the end if we can't get it to work.
Yeah.
I think there it is.
Can you see it now?
There we go.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, now.
So these are the some of the schools. This is the university that's in the city. These are the residences. These are very typical houses in our region. So this is where our homestays would be. This is the hospital, so we have very good health care. It's a very modern hospital. Our aviation industry. This is one of the city centers. So we've got good public transport, international restaurants from all over the place. So we've got good bakeries, good coffee shops.
I think can you hear me? I think there we go.
Yeah, there we are. So, so the big movie theaters, all of the big stores. So
yeah, you've got all the malls, all the shops you can need.
Yeah, exactly. We have all the same stores as downtown Vancouver. Lots of good public parks. These are public recreation. Anyone can go and use these facilities. So we've got lots of good sports facilities.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the mountains so far. Yeah.
Yeah. And this wakeboard park is in the city. So these are all free public facilities. And then these are other activities that we do with our students. We go camping, mountain biking, rock climbing, whitewater rafting. But we don't go skydiving.
Well, especially not international students like ours.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty beautiful town.
Yeah, no, it's a nice place to be. So
exactly, that's wonderful. Great.
So there we go.
So let me remove the screen. Excellent, Dave. So I think we're going to wrap it up now.
Perfect.
So
thanks
so much for joining us today. No, thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us on a holiday.
No problem. My pleasure. So thank you for your time. And thank you for anyone who listened. And if you have any questions, contact Eduardo and his team. They know our program well. They can answer your questions. And we'll maybe look forward to seeing you in Abbotsford.
Yeah, exactly. We're Enjoy Languages. We have offices all over Mexico. We've got offices in Colombia. So you can contact your nearest branch. We're going to share a link with the different addresses nationwide and in Colombia, so you can check it on the comment section of this live video. And we thank you again for joining us. And any questions you might have, we'll be more than glad to answer them for you. So thanks, Dave, so much.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Okay, take care.
Cuídate.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.